Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. श्री राम संकीर्तन की, पतित पावन श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुष्वन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधां कृष्णपादां सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Samakshiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So to welcome all of you for the Saturday class. First of all, I am very happy to be with all of you, all the wonderful devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And thanks to Narottam Prabhu for always inviting me to speak. So we just celebrated one festival. Anyone remembers what is that? Hmm? Yes. Everywhere, Ram. Actually, it is said that Ram Navami was celebrated so grand that even ISKCON temple had a little less crowd this time. The impact of the Ram movement is so high that everywhere there was a grand celebration. Everywhere there was a grand celebration, which is a very good sign. Which is a very good sign. People who are pious, people are waking up. But Srila Prabhupada gave the process of being awake every day. I remember Narottam reminded me long back that when there was Guru Purnima, I forgot he reminded me. So of course he two three things he told me. Once when our congregation preaching was very new, so once we were singing songs written by Narottam Das Thakur. So our congregation was thinking in the last Kaho e Narottam Das. So our congregation was thinking our Narottam Prabhu has written those bhajans. And then very new, first year of or second year of the congregation preaching was there. So there was Guru Purnima. So everyone, Narottam Prabhu's photo was there with all the devotees. They posted in the WhatsApp group, couple of devotees. Couple of devotees posted his photo. So apparently, we were discussing about it. So he told me that. I said, Guru Purnima, what we should say? I said, something I exactly don't recall. But he told me, Prabhuji, when I came to you, when there was a Guru Purnima, so I asked you, Prabhuji, what is to be done? Guru Purnima is that. What did I exactly say? What is to be done? Anything special to be done on that day. So I said, for us, Guru Purnima is every day. We sing every day morning Sansara Dava. That's, glorifying the spiritual master. So after 10 years, Narottam reminded me that he was very impressed with that answer. For us, Guru Purnima is every day because we worship the Lord by glorifying the spiritual master. And then at the same time, at 7 a.m. also we worship the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. We worship the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. So I was just recalling this. Srila Prabhupada's, the statements, whatever he has given us teaching, it has such an impact. It has such an impact. His compassion and his purity and his life. Recently, I was invited to give a congregation class in Hyderabad. So it was Hanuman Jayanti. So I was trying to search Srila Prabhupada on Hanuman. So that was very less, not much here and there. So, but then one story came up of one Prabhupada's disciple. His name is Hanuman Swami. His name was Hanuman Swami. So there is a discussion. So Hanuman Swami, was Srila Prabhupada disciples, was a sannyasi. And was a very frontline man, one of frontline men of Srila Prabhupada. And apparently he kind of could not maintain sannyas. And so he came down from his position and got married. So then when he got married, So he went to meet Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was giving a class, and he came to meet Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada noticed him. He was there with his wife, and later, after the class, Srila Prabhupada met him. So he said, Prabhupada, I'm very fallen, and just like Chota Haridas, no, Chota Haridas was rejected by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, Chota Haridas, no? Later he commits suicide. So he said that I have given up my position and I fell prey to women. So just like Chota Haridas Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, will you reject me? He said, will you reject me like Chota Haridas? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected Chota Haridas. He said, Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada was silent for a while because he was a very nice devotee. Srila Prabhupada was silent for a while, deeply thinking. Then he said, no. He said, Lord Chaitanya is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can do anything he wants, but I am not Supreme Person. And I need help to spread the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why I cannot reject anyone. I need help to spread the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why I cannot reject anyone. One more incident, someone was talking to Srila Prabhupada about some devotee complaining and Prabhupada claiming Srila Prabhupada that he should reject the devotee. And Srila Prabhupada was feel very kind, accepting him, giving him service, giving him shelter. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj or someone asked Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada, he's fallen, something like that. The conversation was like this. So Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada, why are you, accepting him? So Srila Prabhupada said, I think Srila Prabhupada mentioned that I'm spiritual master, and then he connected it to Lord Nityananda. And then he said that there is no limit to the mercy of Lord Nityananda. There is no limit to the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Because we see from the life of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, when Jagai and Madai beat him, his head was bleeding. This was one of the favorite pastime of my Guru Maharaj. I think mostly Nityananda Triyodashi, he used to be here in Juhu. And he used to give his class, and in this class he would say that नित्यानंद प्रभु हरिदास प्रचार करने गए थे, बहुत लोगों ने कभी कभी उनको दौड़ाया था, और जगाई मदाई ने तो नित्यानंद प्रभु को पत्थर मार दिया था, उनके घर से खून निकल रहा था. बोले वैसे देखा जाए तो अगर नित्यानंद प्रभु के सर से खून निकल गया और वो इतना टॉलरेट सहन कर रहे हैं, अगर हम भक्त लोग कहीं प्रचार करने जाए, कोई जूते से भी मार दिया तो हमको सहन कर लेना चाहिए. महाराज इज दिस फेवरेट डायलॉग यूज्ड टू बी. हम कहीं प्रचार करने जाए, अगर कोई जूते से भी मार दिया तो हम लोगों को. And my Guru Maharaj had a very special style, very sarcastically, smilingly he would leave a comment like this. Very, very unique style he had. Very, very sarcastic, very smilingly he would leave a comment like this. So while I was reading this, because 2-3 pastimes came together about Srila Prabhupada, his kindness, I was just contemplating how beautiful it is in this movement. And about chanting. Yesterday morning I was hearing Prabhupada's class. Morning, when I get up, till I get ready, put tilak and go to the temple hall, I hear Prabhupada's class at least. At least it takes 30-40 minutes. So Prabhupada was mentioning about the holy name. And he was telling how, he says that chanting of the holy name is actually purifying our heart. Chanting of the holy name is purifying our heart. And he then quotes Cheto Darpana Marjana. He says when there's a dust on the mirror, so you cannot see, isn't it? Can you see? No. But when you remove the dust, then you can see it clearly. He says, Prabhupada was telling, similarly, our heart has a lot of dirt. And the only process of purifying our heart is chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So Prabhupada, when he was speaking with so much depth, so much conviction, as if he's He's seeing that happening in front of his eyes, And it is true, we also see, but we don't deeply introspect, deeply observe, because we all are here because we are getting the taste of what it means when the heart is little purified, little experience of purity is there. That actually has its attraction. And Srila Prabhupada, when he was speaking, so much conviction he was saying, the Cheto Darpanam Arjanam. When the glass has a dust, you cannot see anything. But when you clean, then you can see. Similarly, when you're chanting, your heart is getting purified. And then Prabhupada said, the sound, he said, the sound, this is not a material sound, it is spiritual sound. And then Prabhupada said, even in the material creation, uh, first the sound manifests, after the sound, the ether, and then it generates air and continues and generates fire, water, and ultimately earth. But the sound is a big source of creation. And then Prabhupada says, just like when you have this phone, and then Prabhupada, it rings, tring, 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 those days the mobile, landline. It rings, tring, 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 tring. A person far away sitting picks up the phone and he can hear your voice. He can hear your voice far away. And just by hearing you, he has such an impression. It has such an impression, right? Far away, some relative, some friend, if he hears your voice, he has such an impression. He said that sound is a material sound. He said. Even hearing that material sound, suppose you call someone old friend or a family friend or your mother or father, suddenly we say, Ha, Hare Krishna. After a long time, it has an impact. Prabhupada says it's a material sound. Just like you say water, it doesn't mean water. But when you say Krishna, it actually means Krishna. And that sound has such an impact because that is spiritual voice. Because that is spiritual voice. That is why it has an impact. And this, Prabhupada says, that voice is the only asset in Kali Yuga. Krishna Nam and Krishna Katha. Krishna's name and Krishna's pastime, Krishna's glorification is the only asset. Only asset. The investment on that goes with you. All other investment stays back. Investment master here. All other investment stays back. The only investment, what is that goes with you is. Recently, I met one devotee. Apparently, he was very seriously preaching. He was a very senior devotee. So I was apparently telling him that now my eldest son is 16 years old. So I'm planning certain things. So he told me, Prabhuji, now you have to be practical. आपको एक घर तो बनाना चाहिए बच्चों के लिए, बड़ा घर चारों के लिए एक, ये चारों के लिए एक एक. मैं बोला अभी मैं 45 हो गया, अब क्या बनाऊंगा. So I told him, ऐसे प्रभु जी अभी तो 45 हो गया मेरा एज ऑलमोस्ट, और अब तो मैं उसी के लिए काम करूंगा जो मेरे साथ जाएगा. When I die, what goes with me, उसी के लिए मैं काम करने वाला, बस हो गया. अगर घर जाएगा तो मैं काम करूंगा, घर मेरे साथ जाएगा तो घर जाने वाला है. That devotee did not preach me only for this, he just gave up. Because suddenly it came out from my mouth actually. I didn't think about it, just came out my mouth, out of my mouth. I said, now I'm going to only work for what will go with me. Because all this material thing. Yesterday, Guru Prasad Maharaj was giving a class. Maharaj is, I think you all should hear the online Bhagavatam class. Very beautiful, very sweet classes he gives. Somehow that his presence makes me feel of my Guru Maharaj's presence also, because he's also very personal. If you ask, get in contact, he immediately responds. And I had quite a good interactions with him so last 1 year. So it's very personal. So that I like a lot about him. He told very good points. Few days ago, yesterday's class actually, yesterday's class he mentioned that in this material world nothing is going to go with us, but it's very important that we renounce renounce. And the most important is that we renounce is the thought that we don't possess anything has to be renounced. The thought that we don't possess anything, that's the most important. You heard that the more he said we have to renounce. You heard the class. The most important thing is that we don't possess anything. That thought has to be renounced. I said, wow, what a statement he made. Similarly, few months ago, his Vyas Puja was there in Vrindavan, so we were celebrating his Vyasa Puja. So Maharaj said that when I was young, so we would think that now we should win the whole world. Should win the whole world. That's how we would think, Then now we know book distribution. Now we just have to go out and win the whole world. He said, now when I'm 70 plus, I feel that if I just win my mind in this lifetime, that is sufficient. In this lifetime, if I just win my mind, that is sufficient. That is sufficient. So that was a beautiful point. And then while I was reading this Hanuman Jayanti, I was reading uh, some here and there pastimes of Lord Hanuman, and I heard one. Anyone has heard Mohan Rupa Prabhu's class on Hanuman Jayanti? 9 years old class. Apparently, I was just searching, so it came. So beautiful pastimes he mentioned. Of course, first thing though he starts with Spider-Man, Batman, He-Man, and Hanuman. He starts like this. He starts with, Spider-Man होते हैं. यानी he's South Indian, but he's in Delhi for last 40 years. So he has a very typical North Indian accent. Spider-Man होता है, Batman होता है, और He-Man भी था, ऐसा हनुमान भी है. ऐसे हनुमान भी है. And of course, Lord Hanuman, since I read about it, I'll share a little beautiful, some pastimes. So we know Hanumanji is very, very, one of the main heroes of Ramayana is Lord Hanuman because he pleased Lord Rama so much. He pleased Lord Rama. He did so much service, so much service. And even in our, Indian culture or India tradition, Hanuman has a very special place, Bajranga Bali, you know, Bala Brahmachari. And we have so much stories actually, grandmother stories about Hanuman, isn't it? My mother used to say, someone told that इनको 7.5 ही लगा है. All of you know that हनुमान मंदिर जाना है. सबको मालूम है Saturday शनिवार. How many you go Saturday? हनुमान मंदिर. Oh, my mother used to harass like anything. Someone told her 7.5 ही जाओ, हनुमान मंदिर जाओ. And then health, even for health, even for health it is said, Bajranga Bali. He gives strength. Bajrang Bali ke paas jao. So for that people go. And everywhere, you see, one thing is there, while I was preparing for this class, so few points I noticed from the lecture also and from some notes also, that in India, there are so many temples, but Hanuman temple is very famous. Have you noticed that? That famous pastime is there. Because of that pastime, everywhere Hanuman temple is there in orange form. I think Narthapu also a few days ago told this story. I heard his class. Hanumanji becoming yellow, orange. You know that story? It's a very famous story. Mother Sita tricks him and he also, further gets overexcited. Because Mother Sita was putting the sindoor. Hanuman walked in. He said, देवी आप ये क्या कर रहे हो, ये क्या है? ऐसा आपने एकदम से अचानक से ये ऑरेंज रंग का चीज आपके पूरे सर में ऐसा डाल दिया है. तो Mother Sita saw Hanuman and she said she was going to tell him that मैं ये अपने प्रभु के लंबी उम्र के लिए कर रही हूँ. आपके प्रभु मेरे प्रभु रामचंद्र हमेशा सुरक्षित रहेंगे, प्रोटेक्टेड रहेंगे और उनकी लंबी. बट बिफोर कंप्लीटिंग मेरे, she said, she stops देवी सीता and she tells, ये मैं आपके प्रभु के लिए कर रही हो. He tells हनुमान, आपके प्रभु के लिए कर रहे हो ताकि उनकी लंबी उम्र रहे, उनका स्वास्थ्य अच्छा रहे. बोले अच्छा, ये ऑरेंज टिक्का लगाने से मेरे प्रभु का तबीयत अच्छा रहेगा. हाँ. So Hanuman goes into the searches the market and then searches the orange kumkum, and first he puts on his head. Then he says head क्यों? अगर खाली हेड में लगाने से अच्छा होगा तो मैं पूरे अपने शरीर पे लगा देता हूँ. और मेरे पूरे शरीर पे लगा तो मेरे प्रभु का तबीयत कभी खराब ही नहीं होगा. अच्छा होने की तो बात छोड़ो, खराब होगा तो अच्छा होगा ना, कभी खराब ही नहीं होगा. And he applies his whole body and then comes to Mother Sita and Mother Sita shouts, Then by the tail she realizes it's Hanuman. Otherwise Mother Sita was running away saying him. By the tail she realizes it's Hanuman, and then she tells this story to Ramchandra. Lord Ramchandra and Mother Sita just keep on laughing hearing this Leela of Hanuman. So everywhere in India you have this. And then there is another grandmother story that many ladies, they will not touch because he's Bal Brahmachari Hanuman. Are the girls preached in the childhood when you go to Hanuman temple, don't touch the deity of Hanuman? My grandmother used to tell my sisters that you could not touch. He said, if you want this kumkum, they have to ask the pujari. The pujari will take the kumkum little bit and then give. Like that. How many of you heard? See, many of them know this. You know this? These are all grandmother stories. That Hanuman is a Bal Brahmachari. That's why you should not touch him. And it is said that Lord Hanuman is still here, Chiranjeev, in the material world. And the only reason, one of the reason he's here is Lord Rama has wind up his pastime and gone, and he released his pastimes. So Katha will go on here in the material world. In this world, the Katha, Ram Katha will go on. So it is said wherever Ram Katha is going on, Hanuman comes and says. There is one story that I heard this. I will not take the name of the devotee because there is no praman. But he said there was Ram Katha going on, and this sadhu was giving so amazing Katha. And he said, wherever there is Ram Katha, Hanuman is there. Hanuman is there. Hanuman is here. So one person in corner, he raised his hand. And it is said in the camera, he did not come only. People say that he was Hanuman hearing the Ram Katha. He raised his hand. Hanuman is here. He was shouting. So he raised his hand, one person. And they shot him also, but he didn't come in the camera. They say like this. And it is said that Hanuman's sacrifice is unmatchable. In one class of one devotee, one senior Vaishnava, I heard, I think it was Radha Govind Maharaj or Gaur Krishna Maharaj only, one of them. I heard that Lord Ramchandra came back from his 14 years of exile. And then after killing Ravana, when he came back to Ayodhya, along with him, all the friends and allies who helped Lord Rama to rescue Sita, they all actually had also come to Ayodhya. So Lord Ramchandra, he was introducing everyone to the ministers and the family of Ayodhya. Every single one, Sugriva, Jambavan, and Angad, like that. And while glorifying each one of them, he was also giving rewards. Mother Sita was giving them reward. And Lord Ramchandra was in so much ecstasy explaining and describing each one of them. And when it came to Hanuman, so Lord Ramchandra, because there are so many pastimes which had happened surrounding Hanuman and Mother Sita and Lord Lakshman and the whole battle. Then Lord Ramchandra, when he was introducing Hanuman, so Lord Rama, he said that, and then he introduced Hanuman, and after introducing, he said that because everyone was given some gifts, jewelry, some kind of treasure. So when it came to Hanuman, Lord Ramchandra said that I personally don't possess anything in my possession which can be equal or which can have not even equal. I don't possess anything towards the service and devotion Hanuman has performed. Lord Ramchandra says. He walks while he introduces everyone on his throne, but when it comes to Hanuman, he walks towards Hanuman and he says that I don't possess anything in my possession which I can give as a reward to Hanuman. And then he said, I have nothing, and then he embraces Hanuman. Lord Ramchandra gives himself. He embraces Hanuman, and that Rama has tears in his eyes. Because there were so many pastimes, like Lord Hanuman is brahmachari. But when he went to search Mother Sita, brahmachari is not even supposed to even look at the woman. But when he went to search Mother Sita, he went to a palace where Ravana had kidnapped or had many, many queens. Queens means he had kidnapped the various ladies and kept them as his maids and queens and like that. So Hanuman was searching Mother Sita. So he's a brahmachari, but while he was searching Mother Sita, he had to see that palace and look at each lady. Look at each lady. And then search for Mother Sita. If she's there, if she's not there. That is a very big this thing. And then of course he goes and Mother Sita was counting days. She was even thinking that I should just give up my body. Rama is there or not? What happened to Rama? It's a pastime. And then it is said that Hanuman goes to Ashok Vatika. He climbs the tree where Mother Sita is. And there he actually sings the whole Ramayana. He sings the Ramayana because it is said that Hanuman is childhood is a great Ram Bhakta. He's a great Ram Bhakta, but in the childhood he was very naughty. He was very naughty. All of you know this famous pastime. He wanted to eat the sun. You know this? He was very energetic and he was very Vayuputra, born to Anjana and Kesari. So he was very, very powerful. He could. He said, like you also see when you are a child. You must have seen as a child in a classroom or in your little middle youth. If someone is too healthy, he likes to beat someone. You've seen that? सब पकड़ के ऐसे घुमा के फेंकना. You've seen that? Hanuman had so much energy. He used to not walk. He used to fly. He used to never walk. He used to fly. So much energy he had. Hanuman. Very, very big strength he had. So one day he actually saw, he was very hungry. In that hunger, he was so hungry. Suddenly he saw the sun in dawn. The sun in dawn is little reddish. He said, this is big fruit. It will satisfy my stomach. And I'm so hungry. And he started approaching the sun to eat, it is said. He started approaching and he is so powerful. He was just going in that direction. Just going in that direction. And then all of us know the pastime says there are different commentaries on this. But what I heard was Indra intervenes because all the demigods, Hanuman's force of going towards sun, so powerful that demigods, they all felt that he will actually eat sun. And if he eats sun, ही गायब हो जाएगा. तो क्या होगा? They got scared actually. They got scared. So they went running. Indra was intervened. Indra with the thunder, he injured who? Hanuman. And then after that, Vayu actually, Vayu is the air. Hava Devata. Vayu. If you have, you can live without water for one day. You can live without food for one day, right? But if there is no oxygen, can you live one day? Nobody can live. Vayu got so angry that his son is injured. He stopped the whole air of the whole creation. All the animals, birds, breeze, trees, everyone started fainting, almost dying. So they all came running. And they all came running and fell at the feet of Vayudev and said that we will bless Hanuman. All of them gave blessings. While giving these blessings, it is said that Lord Brahma, he gave him one pearl necklace. pearl necklace. And he gave that pearl necklace and he blessed that whenever he will meet his master, his Prabhu, only that master will see his necklace and then he will find his master, Guru, his master that time. So when Lord Rama and Lakshman and Mother Sita was already kidnapped. So when Lord Rama and Lakshman, when they came to Kishkinda is I think near Hampi, even now it is there. They said the cave where Hanuman used to play and live, that cave is still there. In fact, it said that children very strongly feel Hanuman who used to live there. Because in Kishkinda it is said, near Hampi, it is said this much stone will have this big stone on it. And if you ask ye kaise ho, to everyone has only one answer. Hanuman khelta tha yahan par. Just like we play with our toys, Hanuman used to play here with these rocks. This much small stone will be there, and you will have this big stone. Who has put it there? It is said Hanuman used to play there. So when Lord Rama and Lakshman they were searching Mother Sita, they came towards Kishkinda. As we know, Sugriva was in great difficulty at that time. He was hiding. So when he saw this Rama and Lakshman, they got scared because these people look like Kshatriyas, but they are dressed like mendicants. So who are they? They sent Hanuman. And Hanuman also went there to Lord Rama and Lakshmana to meet them. He went in a bhikshu, Brahmana bhikshu form. So Lord Ramchandra saw him carefully. Supreme Lord, he can recognize everyone. So Lord Ramchandra said, Arey, you are a bhikshu, sadhu. And sadhu means he begs. Bhikshu, sadhu, Brahman. How come you are having this pearl necklace? Hanuman said, pearl necklace? He just recalled. He also was not aware the pearl necklace is there. He said, pearl necklace? He said, you can see the pearl necklace? Lord Ramchandra says, that's what I'm asking you. You are a bhikshu, you are begging, and how come you have a pearl necklace? So then Hanuman got shocked. He remembered immediately the blessings of Brahma. And then he asked Lakshman, can you see the necklace? Lakshman said no. Lakshman said, I cannot see any necklace, Lord. Then Hanuman actually recognized at that time that he is my supreme Lord, he is my master. And it is said that from then he's been serving Lord Rama selflessly. And there are many beautiful pastimes. Hanuman, it is said after, of course, he was very naughty, just like Lord Krishna. We went to Vrindavan. There is this Pawan Sarovar. It used to be very big. This side and Nandagaon used to be Krishna's Ghat. The other side of Pawan Sarovar, Vishwabhanu had built Radharani's Ghat. So Lord Krishna used to jump inside, go the other side to Radharani's bathing ghat, and where she's bathing, pull her legs, pull her in and come running in this side or in ghat and laugh. And laugh like anything. And Mother Radharani used to be screaming, shouting as if some crocodile or some animal, someone has come to pull her in, and they would laugh and laugh. Krishna was very naughty like this. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very naughty. When he was a child, he was very naughty. That he used to curse the Brahmin girls and said, you should, your Shiva, I'm the master of the Shiva whom you are worshipping. And better you worship me, and whatever paraphernalia you have for worship Shiva, use that and worship me only. Otherwise, I will curse you. I'm a Brahmana. I'll curse you that you get married to a person who is already married to 5 wives and with 2 children with each. And they would get scared and they would, please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, Hanuman was also very naughty. As a strength, he was having a lot of strength. So he used to be going to the forests. So some rishis, some sadhus, if they are doing some meditation or something, he used to just harass them. Go on the tree and make a lion voice and scare them off, like that. Or throw some stone. So one day, one rishi was doing some tapasya, and he was sitting deeply meditating under a tree. Hanuman took he just did not uproot the tree, but also a portion of the earth with the tree uprooted and put that in a big river, middle of a big river. And when this sadhu woke up, Rishi, he woke up, he saw there is no earth only. He's middle of the river, there is water. Then Hanuman was laughing, so he got very upset. He said, what to do if Hanuman keeps doing like this? Everyone will get harassed. The same Rishi, he was living in his hermitage. So Hanuman, he was sleep. He slept in the night. Morning, he wanted to go and do his morning duties and take bath. So when he came out, he saw. See, in front of your house, if a dog or cat is there, it's okay. You will just do something and get away. Hanuman tied a lion in front of the hermitage. He tied a lion. So the sadhu came out, he saw, a lion, he went inside. He said, Kya karo, kya karo? There was a back door. Back door, he tied a crazy elephant. He said, Baap re baap, what to do? He said, morning ka program idhar hi na ho jaye, no? The sadhu Rishi got very, this thing. So he actually cursed. He said, this guy is flying. He's so much power he has that he's just messing up. And in this mess, he's offend everyone and he'll make his life also mess. So he cursed him that he forgets about his power. When the right time comes, and the right person will remind about his powers, and that time he will be aware and able to use his power. So Hanuman was flying everywhere at that time. When he got the curse, he went walking home. He went walking home. And after walking home, he told to Anjana that actually I want to go to school and study. She was shocked. I should tell school is to fly to different forest, from here. And then after that, it is said that Hanuman, also one of the teachers of Hanuman was Suryadev. Suryadev. And it said Hanuman was, after education, he was very composed. It is said the form of Lord Hanuman is a form by just looking at it, one becomes devotee of Lord Ram. It's so peaceful, so calm, so peaceful and so calm. Very, very, a lot of glorification is there about his form, about his smile, about his, um, uh, bhajans. He says he is a very, very beautiful singer. Many of these Ram bhajans, which we said Hanuman, he used to sing the glories of Lord Rama. Full Ramayana used to sing. In fact, it is said that once Narada Muni had come to hear bhajans from Hanuman. Hear from Hanuman. And Hanuman, to please Narada Muni, he took his veena and he started singing. He said, he sang so beautiful bhajans. He said, stones started melting by hearing his kirtan, Hanuman's kirtan. Stones started melting. And then the veena from the hand of Hanuman slipped and went and fell in the melted stone. And Hanuman stopped singing. When he stopped singing, the stone got stuck, the veena got stuck in the stone. And now Narada Muni said, you sing again. He said, no, I'm not singing. Arey, you sing again. I'm not singing. Arey, my veena got stuck. It will not come out. The stone has to melt again. You have to sing. So, no, I'm not singing. Arey, Hanuman, you sing. No, I'm not saying. Hanuman ran away. And Narada Muni is running behind Hanuman. Whole Kishkinda and Narada Muni is running behind Hanuman, is jumping from here and there. Narada Muni is pleading and begging. After taking the whole parikrama of Kishkinda several times, within the Kishkinda several times, Hanuman finally comes and sings, and Narada Muni gets his veena. Narada Muni thinks, Arey, why did you trouble me so much? Why did you trouble me so much? You were going to sing anyway, and you made me run around like the madman. And finally you sang, why do you harass like this? So then Hanuman said, actually, you are a great devotee of my Lord. And the reason I did this is, please forgive me. I wanted the dust of your lotus feet to fall all over Kishkinda, so that the residents of Kishkinda, the Vanars of Kishkinda, can get the benefit of the dust of your lotus feet and their lives will become successful. Ram Bhakta Hanuman ki. One more beautiful pastime is there. Mohan Rupa Prabhu mentions this actually. He says once Narada Muni and Hanuman, they met and they were glorifying Lord Ramachandra. Now in the glorification, Hanuman told that my Lord has a record of all his devotees. He has their names recorded in his. My Lord has a very special script book, Granth, in which he has record of all his devotees, their services, and is always with him. So Narad Muni become very curious. Which is this Granth? Lord Rama is having, and all devotees' names are there. So Narad Muni become curious. Then my name is, or they are not there in that book. He said, no, you go and check with the Lord. You go to Lord Rama and ask him, my Lord, that my Lord, where is that book where you have the devotee's name? So Narad Muni goes and he asks Lord Ramachandra. Said, my Lord, where is that Granth, the book where you have your devotees? He said, that book. He said, there, it's there. So he goes inside the room, opens the Lord's this what you call treasure place, and then treasury. It comes in the treasury. So he opens that book and turns page. All devotees' names are there. Lord's gratitude towards them is there. And then finally, Narad Muni sees his name. And he becomes very satisfied. Then he searches more. Then close the book. Again searches from beginning. He becomes very confused and disturbed. Again he goes, opens the book and searches it very carefully. You know what happened? Hanuman's name is not there. So Narad Muni got very disturbed. He said, Hanuman's name is not there. So he goes a little bit sad and he goes to Hanuman. He said, I saw the book. Hanuman said, what happened? Why are you sad? I got the book or not? He said, yes, I got the book. Then he said, your name was not there. No, my name was there. He said, then your name was not there. My name was not there. Oh. He said, my Lord has another small book. You ask about the small book. In that my name is there. So then Narad Muni becomes more curious. Are you another book? So he goes to Lord Rama and then he asks Lord Ramachandra that what about that small grantha which you have about your devotees? Where is that? He said that. Then Lord Ramachandra removes that from his near to his heart. It was kept. And he removes that small book and then he says this is here is Vakshasthal. You know? Then he gives that. And in that, as soon as that book he opens, he sees on the first page, Hanuman ki jai, written the first page. And then he said, my Lord, then Nanak becomes very, very curious. My Lord, why such two books? He says, the big one, I have all my devotees who are always remembering me and always contemplating about me. Oh, and what about this? This book has the devotees whom I can never forget for a moment also. I cannot forget. I just whom I always remember, and I cannot forget them for a moment also. In this book, those names are there. Narada Muni has tears in his eyes, and then he goes and Narada Muni and Lord Hanuman, they have a lot of discussion about the Lord's pastimes. So Hanuman's this thing, that like just like Lord Ramchandra tells Mother Sita once after returning back, it is said that he glorifies Hanuman many times. Lord Ramchandra, when he is Mother Sita, he glorifies Hanuman many occasions. So he mentions that if not for Hanuman, my coming back to Ayodhya would have been a very big question. He said that when this whole battle was happening between um, Ravana and the Vanars and myself, he said in that battle at one point Lakshman got injured, right? He got injured, and then he said when he got injured, I just lost almost my life because Mother Kaushalya, because Lakshman's devotion is also so amazing. He said Mother Kaushalya, while Lord Ramchandra was living with Mother Sita and Lakshman, she stopped Lord Rama, and before leaving, she told one thing. He said, Lakshman is actually the asset of Sumitra. And I have one big request to you. The way you are taking Lakshman, please remember that this is the treasure of Sumitra and you have to bring and back and hand over to her as you are taking like that. So hence you make sure. He said when this and Lakshman got injured, I just almost lost my life, and I felt that now there is no question of going to Ayodhya. And I was thinking, why should I fight also? If I'm not going to go to Ayodhya, why should I fight also further? That way. And he said that Sanjeevani, that herb was required. So Hanuman is so great. He didn't waste his time to search. He just brought the whole mountain here, he said. Na? He got the whole mountain. And Mother Sita had tears in her eyes when she was hearing this pastimes. So Mountu Prabhu was telling one very nice point. He said that in the material world, he said, Chinta or Chintan. Chinta or Chintan. He said, ये दोनों ही चीज व्यक्ति को जिंदा जलाती है. सॉरी, चिंता और चिता. चिंता और चिता. चिता तो शरीर को जला देती है मरने के बाद, और चिंता जिंदा जलाती है. So he said, but, and that is my favorite pastime also. But चिंता अगर कृष्ण की हो और कृष्ण की कथा की हो, तो इस भौतिक जगत से हमको मुक्त कर देती है. It will just relieve us from this material world. If the chinta is about Krishna or Krishna's service. So he told one favorite pastime actually, which is my favorite pastime. He said once Srila Prabhupada was Prabhupada visited a place where Tamal Krishna Maharaj was engaged as a GBC, and he was taking care of the construction. So he goes to Srila Prabhupada and he says that, Prabhupada, I quit. He goes to meet Srila Prabhupada and just starts like this. First he explains very detailed. Morning I get up, half slept, because whole night I'm in anxiety. The contractors are cheating us. The security guards are not taking care. People are stealing the cement bags, the bricks. And with that, I don't sleep. And when I get up, whole day I think this contractor is cheating, that contractor. I'm fed up. I'm just totally in stress. I'm not even able to chant my rounds. That's why Srila Prabhupada, I quit. Prabhupada was silent for a few seconds. And then Prabhupada, he said, I quit. Prabhupada. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj was that person who was Srila Prabhupada's like a right-hand man, Prabhupada. It is said that in the last days of Srila Prabhupada, in the material world, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was his mouth and ear. Srila Prabhupada wanted to know anything, Tamal Krishna Maharaj would hear from others and tell to Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada wanted to speak something, he would tell Tamal Krishna Maharaj and he would communicate. In the last, he was such dear. So he had that relation. He said, Prabhupada, I quit. So Prabhupada was silent. Srila Prabhupada was silent. And after a few seconds, even Tamal Krishna Maharaj got shocked. Shocked means, Prabhupada is not speaking, and I have made such a statement to my Guru. And he's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Prabhupada is not saying anything. After a minute, Prabhupada said, even I quit. And then there is silence. Both of them are not speaking anything. Both of them made strong statement to each other, and both are silent. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, I thought I just completely destroyed my spiritual life. And he said, after another 60 seconds, Prabhupada said, our anxiety to serve Krishna will take us back home, back to Godhead. Our anxiety to serve Krishna will take us back home, back to Godhead. So I was telling, Chinta in the material world for the material things is going to burn this body alive with anxiety in the material world. But the same Chinta, if it's diverted towards Krishna, it will take us back home, back to Godhead. It will take us back home, back to Godhead. That is why Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he said the biggest service which we can do in this material world is engage in the preaching mission. Engage in the preaching mission. That is the most important thing. If you have a big vision to serve Krishna, a very big vision to serve Krishna, then what happens? No, our problems which are there in the material world, they become very insignificant, or they get evaporated also. If you think, I have a very big vision to serve Krishna, then the problems will become small. But our material chintan or material chinta, if that becomes very, very important in our life, then it will burn us day and night in the material world, and we will die contemplating about the things which is going to stay here and which is not going to go with us. That's why it is very important to be engaged in preaching service. It's very important to be in assisting the preaching mission. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj tells a very beautiful story once in when giving his class. He very nicely brings it to the point. What is the situation of us in the material world who are engaged in devotional service? He says that there was a businessman. There was a businessman, and his business was selling mirror. What? Mirror. And he, to do his business, he went to one village, far away village. Thought that in this village there may not be mirrors, so I will sell and make a big profit. He goes there to sell, but he realizes that the village which he has gone, there everyone is blind. Everyone is blind in that village. Imagine the situation. You go far away and you take so much stock with you, and you think that you're going to sell everything. And you go there, you realize that you cannot sell even one mirror. Why? Because everyone is blind. And Maharaj just took that story away from there. And then he says, Krishna also has mirror to see himself. Krishna also has a mirror. Mirror is needed because to see someone's face, with your eyes you can see someone else's face, right? But to see your own face, what you need? Mirror. To see your own face, you need a mirror. So Krishna also sees his face. It is said in the Brahma Samhita, it is Kandarbha Koti Kamaniya Vishesh. Krishna is so beautiful, so attractive that at one day in Dwarka, there are many. Actually, see, we read Krishna book and we know some pastimes of Krishna, but Krishna's pastimes are eternally going on, and that's why it says the Goswamis of Vrindavan, when they were living in Brajbhumi, they would see the pastimes every day. They would see it's eternal, So some are recorded, some we hear, some acharyas mentioned, some are revealed to the acharyas. So it is said that once Krishna was passing by, and suddenly he got distracted. He saw something very attractive, and then he just turned back and he saw on a pearl wall of pillar of Dwarka, he saw himself. And when he saw himself, he fainted seeing his own beauty. Krishna fainted seeing his own beauty. So it is said that Krishna doesn't very occasionally see himself because it's very risky. Once Krishna was sitting on the floor, so even in that floor, he saw his reflection. He was very attracted. Whenever his attention would go and he would see his own reflection, reflection in the mirror or any other object, Krishna would faint seeing his own beauty. So it is said that Krishna doesn't see his beauty anywhere. So where does he see his beauty? Where does he see himself? Gaur Govind Maharaj said that very beautifully. He said, Darpan means mirror, no? He said, Bhaktera Sat Prema Darpan. Bhaktera Sat Prema Darpan. He says the Lord sees his own face, his own form, in the heart of his pure devotee. He says, what is that Bhaktera Prema Darpan? The heart of the devotee, the core of the heart of the devotees, the core of the heart of the Brajvasis is what the Lord sees. Bimba and Pratibimba. Bimba is the face, reflection of the face. And devotee carries that Pratibimba. Devotee carries the Lord in the heart. Devotee carries the Lord in the heart. So that's where the Lord sees himself in the heart of his devotee. And that is why that devotee can give the Lord to everyone. Why? Because he carries the Lord in his heart. So then Maharaj brings back the story. He says, similarly, the situation of a Krishna conscious devotee is just like the person, the businessman, who is going to sell the mirror and everyone is blind. Similarly, we have a very difficult situation. We have the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be given to the people of this material world, but people are spiritually blind. Right? People are spiritually blind. How can you give them now the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That is our difficulty. Bhagavan Maharaj was telling. So that is why he said, even they are blind, but they are not deaf. They are blind, but they are not deaf. So what we should do? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So like this, there are many pastimes of Hanuman, Narad Muni, and various devotees. But one which happened in Kali Yuga is of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Murari Gupta. All of you know who's Murari Gupta? Hanuman. So there is a very serious discussion among Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Murari Gupta. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once calls Murari Gupta and very seriously tells him, see, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna and Rama is one of his avatar. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna and Rama is one of his avatar. Hence, you make up your mind. Be philosophically correct and make up your mind. Take up worship to Krishna and become a Krishna's devotee. Huh? So Rama, Krishna's devotee, he tells. He tells Murari Gupta to become Krishna's devotee. And Mahaprabhu earlier used to little bit, bully, little bit harass. But one day, this time, he called him in front of all devotees and very seriously preached to him philosophy. How Lord Ramchandra is one of the avatar of Krishna, and it is time for him to accept this philosophy, put right his bhakti, and take up the devotion of Lord Krishna and make his life perfect. I give you one time, from tomorrow onwards, you become a devotee of Krishna. Murari Gupta goes home and he doesn't sleep whole night. He doesn't sleep whole night. And he prays to Lord Ramchandra whole night. And sometimes he think, okay, fine. Then he says, no, it is not possible. I cannot worship Krishna. I cannot forget my Lord Rama. So then he cries whole night and he prays to Lord Ramchandra. He says that, my Lord, for me to forget you is difficult, and for me to displease Lord Chaitanya is very difficult. So why don't you take away my life before tomorrow morning? Why don't you take away my life? It is very difficult for me. Why don't you take away my life? So in like this, he doesn't sleep whole night and he cries. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu waits for the morning. And he sees Murari Gupta and smiles. So, what have you decided? What have you decided? Then Murari Gupta cries to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he says, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that my Lord, I have been praying the whole night to the Lord that it's better that he takes away my life because it's very difficult for me to forget my Lord Rama, even for a moment. Even the instruction of you, I'm not able to remember. I'm just only able to remember my Supreme Lord. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very happy, very happy. And then he glorifies Murari Gupta. We'll sing those verses. They're beautiful verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 50 chapter, 156 verse. Madhya Leela, 156 and 157 verse. Very beautiful verses. It's about Hanuman. Murari Gupta actually. साक्षात् हनुमान तुम्हें श्री राम किंकर साक्षात् हनुमान तुम्हें राम किंकर भूमि के ने छोड़ी दे तांद्रा चरण कमल से मुरारी गुप्ताए मोर प्राण समा से मुरारी गुप्ताए विहार धन्य शूनी मोर पताए जीवना विहार धन्य शूनी मोर पताए जीवना हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम In this way, I congratulated Murari Gupta, saying, "Indeed, you are the incarnation of Hanuman. Consequently, you are the eternal servant of Lord Ramchandra. Why should you give up the worship of Lord Ramachandra and his lotus feet?" Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "I accept this Murari Gupta as my life and soul. When I hear of his humility, it perturbs my life, my very life." So this is one very important thing to learn, that that the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he actually, though was preaching Sankirtan, but whenever he would see a special devotee, and the Lord actually, what one has to do is that one has to be very sincere in his heart. Because one is very sincere in his heart, whatever challenges we may have, but Lord rewards the devotee according to his sincerity. Now, for us sadhakas, if we try to think that Lord will be very merciful according to my devotion, it's far away. It's far away. But if we just become sincere, there may be innumerable challenges in our life. But if we just become sincere, the Lord will recognize that sincerity, and then from there, from within our heart, He guides our way ahead in the spiritual journey. So it's very important for every devotee to be sincere and humble. Once recently I was having some very serious managerial issues. So one devotee told a very nice statement, one senior devotee. He told me, whatever it may be, whatever circumstance may be, whoever is right or whoever is wrong, but it is very important you act with humility, because ultimately that is what attracts Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, and ultimately humility is what wins. I was struck. He said humility is what wins, because whatever comes out of any situation, if you are humble, act with humility, you will be so it will be so easy for you to digest. It will be so easy for you to digest whatever it may be. If you act with humility, your intelligence will be so awake to act, to apply philosophy. I'll conclude with this beautiful pastime of Lord Rama, because this comes to my mind. When Kaikai actually asked for the two boons, first boon, Bharat should become the king, and for the second one, Lord Ramachandra goes for 14 years exile. So when Dashrath was not able to communicate, and Lord Rama had come there, and after a few hours, he just came just before the sunrise. And after the sunrise, in few hours, Lord Ramachandra was going to become the king of Ayodhya. King of the whole Ayodhya was like almost controlling the whole planet at that time. And he was going to become the king of Ayodhya. And then when he comes, Kaikai, Lord Dashrath is not able to communicate. Kaikai tells that, well, Ram, I also don't want to tell you because your father doesn't want to speak to you what he's, upset about. So then Lord Ramachandra, he requests Mother Kaikai that my father is not able to speak, but if you know the purpose of his being so sad and so demoralized, if you know the reason, you please tell me. So then Kaikai said, no, I don't want to tell because I just don't want to put your father into more embarrassment. But it is very important that you should know. So you tell me. So then she mentioned that I had two boons, and for the first boon, I requested Bharat to become the king, and for the second one, you should go to forest for 14 years. And Lord Ramchandra heard this, and Lord Rama had a beautiful smile on his face, and then he was curious, and then with surprise he says to Kaikai, "That's it, only this two, or you have anything more?" And then he smiles. He said, "I'm very upset. Why did you wait so long to tell me this? I don't see anyone better than Bharat to become the king. And when I went to the forest with Vishwamitra, I met so many rishis and sages in the forest. And I was thinking that I am Prince of Ayodhya. When will I get an opportunity to associate with these sages in the jungle? I think the Lord is very kind to me. He's fulfilled my desire. So I can get association of these sages in the forest for 14 years." Kaikai was shocked to see this. Shocked to see Lord Rama's humility and beautiful smile on his face. In our life, though, if you just hear of if the husband tells the wife, I have 4 houses, 2 of them I'm giving to the younger brother, he's struggling in business. That will be volcano and earthquake together in the house, actually, isn't it? Any material possession we are losing, or someone else is getting material possession more than us. It will be a havoc in our life, havoc in our life. But Lord Ramchandra is teaching us, accept any situation with a smile on your face. And that struck the heart, actually. That was the first point when Kaikai came out of the ignorance of the influence of association of mantra. She was in because she loved Lord Rama more than anyone else. When she heard that Rama is going to become the king, she threw her beautiful necklace on mantra. But repeated association of a low class person, her intelligence got covered. But when Lord Ramchandra smiled and said, "Oh, this much," and then she told her one more thing. He said, "If you would have told me this before, I would have left Ayodhya without informing anyone, and this day would have not come." The Lord teaches us when we are humble, if we accept any situation with humility and smile, that's it. You won the battle. But that's so difficult. Anything goes against our will, the whole world is destroyed, or we want to destroy the whole world, actually. Isn't it? Either our whole world is destroyed, or we want to destroy the whole world. But the key is act with humility. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for attentively hearing. Any questions? Oh, yes. I heard one story that Narad Muni comes, no, Chitraketu Maharaj, when the child dies. So it is said, and that is a Praman. of the strength of a pure devotee. Prabhupada writes in one of the purports. I have to search that. In Srimad Bhagavatam, one Leela comes when Chitraketu Maharaj, Harsha Shok, he dies. He dies, then Chitraketu Maharaj, he cries a lot. And Narad Muni comes here. And then he tells aside, where have you gone? Why have you gone? Your father is crying like this. Come back. Then he stands up. The child comes back to life. And then he sees, who father? कौन भाई किसका? हर जन्म में कोई मिलता है भाई. Like that he preaches and he goes away. Prabhupada writes that it was Narada Muni who expanded himself into the child. It was Narada Muni who expanded himself into that child. So just like the Lord expands himself, even the pure devotee can expand. That's the Praman. And Hanuman is Lord's eternal associate. He can be there wherever the Lord wishes. That answers your question. The pure devotee can expand like the Lord. They have that energy. That was the first time I read it actually. I'll search, I'll forward it in the group. Because I put it in my, I have one page where I put everything what I get, which inspires me, I put it and I share it with my broadcast. Many of you are there in my broadcast. Anything which touches my heart, I share it in my broadcast. So I'll find out, I'll send it. So pure devotees also expand. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.